Mike, what's the secret to your success?
I'm the best player here, that's what.
Really? It's funny, if we took a lie detector test, you would pass the test believing that you are the best player here.
I'll tell you what, when you all see it on TV, you'll all see that I'm the best player here. That's all I got to say.
Mike, I know it for years you're the best. Now you've proven it to the rest of the world.
It's only Mikey. You're allowed to needle Mikey.
That's true.
It's part of the deal.
Part of the deal.
It's part of the deal. He has the right to talk all he wants, but we have the absolute right to needle him at every opportunity.
Let me explain something to you. I'll rob you guys and rob you guys and rob you guys, and then when I finally pick up a hand, you guys are going to stick it. I'm going to get cold deck, because that's what my life of poker's about. That's the difference between me and Phil Ivey. And Daniel Negreanu.
I love that. That's the difference between
me, Phil Ivey, and Daniel Negreanu.
Do you have any idea how my blood vessels swell when you are like getting me going? You just make me so happy, you know?
I rob 85,000 profit and get out of 40,000 because I get cold decked. That's exactly my normal in poker.
That's the same seat Phil was in when he went on his spiel.
Phil Locke is having a good time here. He's winning.
Truth,
Madison just took a bad beat, so
you'll see.
he's talking as usual.
Oh, yeah.
I rob. I build a $90,000 stack and get.
Madison calls with Queen-8 offsuit.
8,500.
And Antonio immediately is going to raise to 8,500 with 6-7.
Right.
He was not threatened by Fred Chaminara's $2,000 raise. He puts Fred Chaminara on exactly what he has. Garbage. And Mike Matusow also. As I said, Antonio's radar is right on in this game.
Yeah.
He's seeing everything correctly.
Yeah, here he goes. Goodbye, Freddie.
But Matusow realizes that maybe Antonio's making a play here, and he's going to call 6,500 more with the Queen-8 offsuit. Interesting.
Pretty money here, sir.
There goes the 100,000 to Daniel Negreanu. Loan.
Yeah,
See you at the
yeah.
crap table.
No papers.
I'll see you at the crap table.
No attorneys.
Jack, 3, 2 hearts.
Matusow checks. Antonio checks.
80, that's 9.
Let's go to the turn.
Jack of diamonds.
A third
Another
jack.
jack.
Right.
You got it. Thank you, sir.
Now let's see who's going to make a play here. One of these players definitely got to do something here. And it's going to be Mike the Mouth.
$6,000 for the mouth.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I think I got everything.
Wow, Antonio's just going to call. I could see Antonio raising here, but he's just going to call. This is poker at its best. This is really poker
Take
here.
all the money, kids.
Bye, Phil. Nice playing
I
with you.
can't wait to see what's going to happen here. Mike checks. Now, Antonio called Mike's bet on the turn just so he could bet here. And here he goes.
There he goes.
As I said, this is really poker.
$21,000 from Antonio Esfandiari.
If Mike would have bet on the river, he would have won. Antonio bet, he won. Antonio is in the zone. Shows his hand and rubs it in a little bit.
The greatest reader of I'm sorry. What was? What?
Do you think I wouldn't have called him with ace high?
What did you have? Did you have 7 high B?
Barely. I had 10 high.
Should have raised him. He would have folded.
I thought about it.
You just played bad.
I did.
Good play, countryman.
You got outplayed.
I did.
Antonio, you outplayed him that hand. That's what happened.
He was the best. How can the best in the world?
You outplayed him there.
Can't believe I showed it. God, I'm such an.
Didn't do any acting. Quickly raised to 2,600. He's hoping that somebody else has a pretty good hand here and will raise him back.
Just happen to have $2,000 extra dollars sitting around.
And nobody's going to raise him, but Mike's going to call him with the King-8 of clubs. Mike's going to have to get real lucky here.
Well, King 9-5.
Bad flop for Mike Matusow. He's flopped top pair, and he just got bluffed the hand before.
Brunson bets 3,500.
Mike might even raise here, but he just calls.
Four diamonds on the turn.
Mike checks.
Betting 6,000.
And Todd bet 6,000, the right amount. Mike's going to quickly call again. Mike's pretty trapped in this hand.
8 of hearts on the river.
Not anymore. Mike's got the best hand. He's caught one of the 5 cards he needed. And he smartly checks one more time.
Yep.
And that 8 looks relatively harmless to Todd.
Brunson bets 14,500.
14,500.
Todd's probably putting Mike on a king jack or king 10. And Mike's going to raise here, which is another correct
20
play.
more. 20 more?
And he raises to 34,500.
And this really shocks Todd Brunson. Todd did not expect this. He's trying to figure how could that 8 have helped Mike Matusow? How could Mike Matusow have had the best hand all the way here? It's not making sense to Todd. But it also doesn't make sense that Mike would make a bluff like this.
Yeah.
I call.
And he calls.
Yep.
He's not going to throw away his aces.
Beauty.
Realizes how unlucky he got.
Jamie go with his ace jack. Calls at 1,200.
I will give Jamie a lot of kudos. He ain't found 2 cards yet he didn't like.
Raise to 4,200.
I'm playing.
I will give you that. You
Leave
ain't,
my man alone, bro.
you ain't a nit like this guy over here.
Let him gamble, dude. What's wrong with you?
I give him a lot of respect. I'm not like you.
Respect?
Yeah.
You got respect.
I'll take
Victor
what's the
thinking about what
prospect?
to do with his 8s. He's just going to call.
Calls.
Wonder if I made this like 30,000 if I can pick this
Daniel Negreanu's just going to call with ace queen.
up. Oh, I don't know.
You'd be free rolling, though.
Mouth is in.
No, it is 42. That's his.
Alrighty, boys. Now we got a pot. 17-way action.
You better start praying. He's just 3 out of 4,000 away.
Deuce.
Deuce hasn't really helped anybody. Victor Ramden has the best hand with a pair of 8s. And it looks like it was going to be a 5-way checker here.
Turns to 10 of clubs.
That gives Daniel Elahi a flush draw, but Mike Matusow has made a pair of 10s. And he's not going to sit idly by with a pair of 10s. He's going to bet.
8,000 for Matusow.
Daniel Elahi has raised before the flop. Remember that. He was the original raiser. And now he has a flush draw. If Daniel would have raised here, Mike would have to think that he was slow playing a big pair, but he doesn't raise, just calls, hoping to catch a club on the river. Daniel Elahi, by checking there, could have very well had 9s full.
And there's a 9 on the river.
Mike checks. It's a good check. He feels Daniel Elahi either has a club draw or he's flopped a huge hand. The only hand he could get paid off is if Daniel Elahi had a hand like Victor Ramden had a pair of 8s. If Mike bet, maybe he would get paid off. But it looks like he's got Daniel to bluff here. $19,000 bluff.
Oh.
And Mike Matusow called instantly. An instant call. Good play from Mike.
Absolutely.
And now he's strutting his stuff.
The instant bleeps.
Not going to be quiet about it. I outplayed you, and I'm going to let you know about it.
You don't have to tell us. We've been watching high stakes poker for
20 gallon
several
got
seasons
55.
now.
But she's much better looking.
It's so easy to make fun of a guy like Mike Matusow. He's just like an open wound.
Wait a second. My friend's got pocket kings.
Okay, well, no, look, Gabe's back in another pot. Of course, he's got almost the mortal nuts right here with 2 kings.
She's a total fox.
And he raises to 4,200.
What you got, Mike? Coming there for 4,200.
Mike Matusow calls with ace-9 of spades.
2 jacks.
2
He's in
jacks.
position here.
I can't beat 2 jacks.
Gabe, yes, you can. I didn't know Gabe was a liar, too.
Oh, he's been known to on occasion.
I almost pulled the trigger.
I always thought he was an honest guy. I really did. I can't beat 2 jacks.
Maybe he's got trouble reading his own hand.
So we got 2 players to the flop. Gabe's in the driver's seat with 2 kings, but Mike does have position on the hand.
10-8 jack.
You got 2 jacks? I check.
See, Gabe doesn't really like this flop. He does have an overpair, but it's a very scary board because it's coordinated. Mike, on the other hand, he's betting this flop here because he does have an open and straight draw. So he thinks, you know, he can steal it on the flop.
Matusow bet $8,000 and Gabe called.
More lying going on.
Turns the ace of clubs.
Oh, here we go.
I check.
Now, Mike's just taking the lead here, but see, interestingly, Gabe has the king of clubs, so he's got the nut flush draw now and a gut shot straight.
6 on the river. Mike Matusow with the best hand with aces, but Gabe's gonna bet here. Gabe bet 16,000.
He can't really beat much.
Can you beat 2 sevens?
I could beat King Jack.
Oh, you know, this is actually working.
I could beat 2 queens. I could beat 2 kings. And I could beat 2 nines.
You can beat King Jack.
Those are the only hands I can beat.
And 2 queens?
You got
And
2 queens?
queens and 2 kings. I can beat.
Gabe is now
Can't beat
begging.
Ace 10.
Please
Can't beat
fold.
ace jack,
Please
I can't
fold,
beat
Mike.
Ace king, and I can't beat ace queen.
What about pair of sevens?
I can beat a pair of 7.
Pair of sevens. I have a pair of sevens. He's such a liar. I always thought he was an honest guy.
No.
Mike is really thinking about laying this hand down.
And he does.
You could beat 2 kings?
Sheesh.
Unbelievable. Okay.
Wow.
I'm
Don't show me the
shocked.
kings.
I
Don't
can't
show me
believe
2
Mike
kings,
just played the hand that way.
I got 2 kings.
Don't show him.
Thank you for letting me hang out with you.
Thank you, Henry Ornstein and
Wow,
Mario
it's me and
Esfandiari.
7 white guys.
Pocket kings for Matusow.
Do
Papa
7,
doodle
huh? You
doo.
got to do 7 right away?
Make it 18.
I really feel like gambling today.
I can't believe I'm stuck 10 by like more on poker. It's like, what am I doing?
The only reason why I'm playing is because I heard Antonio knows where to go in Las Vegas every night to have a really good time. That's the only reason.
7 deuce for Hellmuth.
Come with me, brother.
And he's going for it. I'm talking about.
As long as you're solo.
Phil, you looked at me. You looked like you might have like a big hand or something.
Oh, he's not done yet, Mike.
He might raise here.
Race. I love you. Don't know if they have deuce 7 or aces. You know, it's so good for the game.
That's weird. They're talking about it, and he's got the 7 deuce.
And he raised it to 7,000.
Into kings.
Dun dun dun. 2 of the greatest poker minds. You can talk.
It's not. Oh yeah, we can't. Yeah. Okay, give your line of BS.
2 of the greatest poker minds going at it. And what's BS
Mike
about
just
that,
calls. Mike did not raise with his kings.
Ready.
Yeah, get the 500. One of these guys has to do 7 for sure.
Queen Jack 6 on the flop.
I love poker.
We got a roof for the guy that doesn't have it.
Right.
I like Hellmuth's check. I don't know why Mike checked.
They both have deuce 7.
Hellmuth checked because he's representing a big hand now. Has no idea Mike has kings.
17,000.
17,000.
I always bring socks.
I don't ever leave my house.
You want me to get you a pair of socks?
Mike has got to raise here,
Oh, wow. Come on. Let me see what.
They both have it.
but he's not going to.
No.
He just calls.
All right,
Wow,
boys.
today is your lucky day.
Mike's
kid.
afraid
I
of
swear
3
I was gonna
jacks,
call my
3
friend,
queens,
tell
or
him
a pair of
to
aces.
6 of clubs on the river.
Those are good too.
That's a great card for Mike. If Phil did have queens and jacks,
Downy friend.
Mike now has the
Make
best
sure and get
hand.
this for all of us who's
So those
wearing
3
my
hands I
socks.
mentioned, they're the only hands that Mike can't beat.
I love it.
I don't know. Maybe we're not.
I'm a little nervous. Things are happening.
Will Phil fire another bullet? Make that $500 from everybody at the table. It's a matter of pride also.
Yeah,
Being the first one to win the hand with deuce 7.
No problem.
it's amazing.
Wow, what a difference that makes. What do you got there, Mikey?
But I'm afraid whatever he bets, Mike's going to call him.
About 65,000.
40,000.
Wow.
Oh,
Mike's got to call. Just call.
I know Phil never makes the big bet on the river unless he has it. That's the thing. This sucks. No, he hit a 2-outer on me. There you go, Phil.
Oh. Turns the kings over, throws them away,
Show the
and
deuce 7
here it
and collect
comes.
500.
Oh my! That was the only thing I thought. That was the only thing I thought. That was the only thing I thought. He either had deuce 7.
The deuce 7 game is alive.
How can he fold kings that is so... It's a new game today, boys. It's a new game.
Well, that was the only thing I was thinking is either he had the
Phil, you
deuce 7.
finally have respect. Right there,
Yeah,
right there.
deuce
That
7.
gave you a
I
lot of
finally have
respect.
respect. I crushed everybody in the world at No Limit for 20 years in side games and cash games. I finally have respect.
All
Hey,
right, well, you lost it, okay? You had it there for a second, now you lost it.
I think he still owes you 500.
I knew he had it.
Phil Hellmuth's going to raise to 2,500 with his pocket jacks, and Mike's got pocket 7s. He calls.
Safi's in with a 5-3 of diamonds.
All right.
I know Antonio's coming.
How can I not?
Welcome into the pot, boys.
That's right. How can he not?
There you go.
Remember, responsible.
5-way action. A queen and 2 sevens.
Quad Cities for Mike Matusow.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to Quad Cities because it's 4-1. Quadzilla.
I like that. And here's a $12,000 bet.
I like that he's betting.
Uh-huh.
He's a little unlucky here that nobody has a queen, but I love the bet. Only one who could possibly call would be Phil Hellmuth with his pair of jacks. I don't think any of these other players are going to make a move.
Yep.
But I like that Mikey bet.
Here we go.
Now, Phil Hellmuth either got to put Mike Matusow on a straight-out bluff or maybe a smaller pair than jacks. 8s, 9s, 10s. He's wondering why Mike bet out. I'm thinking Mike might be full of it here.
Check it.
Phil makes the call.
And he
Checking
calls.
in the dark.
Dark check.
And Mike says, thank you, thank you.
Ace of clubs on the turn.
Phil Hellmuth check, and Mike Matusow checks. I like this check also. It's like he's scared of the ace.
All right. 8 of hearts on the river.
Check again from Phil Hellmuth. No more checking from Mike Matusow.
Mike's going to bet 30,000 here.
30,000, a perfect bet. Like a bluff, Mike Matusow has played this hand perfectly. And Phil Hellmuth is saying, why'd you bet so much, Mikey?
Must be a straight.
And I don't have a straight. I might have 7 deuce. Well, that would be trips.
Must be a flush. Straight or a flush, I
Like,
guess.
do I have a flush?
Must be one of the two.
Thank you.
Show it, Mike,
Quad
please.
sevens?
I didn't lie. I didn't have a straight. I didn't have a
Quads?
You know, I mean, I tried to overbet it and make him go for it, but his hand was weak.
Oh my God, he's folding this.
You could just check raise all in, or bet all in to start.
It would work against Phil.
Or bet and then go all in versus the raise.
Mike just calls with the kings. It would have been a perfect time for him to raise. People wouldn't have suspected anything after the last hand.
What it is.
Raise it.
No, there was no straddle. Raise to 5,000.
Well, it might work out for Mike. Ellie's raised it to 5,000. And Mike continues to slow play the kings.
I knew Daniel called. I didn't think you called. I knew you put 800.
I just limped so I could let you raise. I knew one of us would.
Wow. This has really worked out for Mike. He's flopped kings full. Daniel's got trips.
88.
And Ellie with nothing is going to bet. Now Mike shouldn't raise here. His hand is so huge. And he doesn't. Now what is Mr. Daniel going to do with 3 9s? He probably feels Mike has a king. Probably something like king, queen. But Ellie might have ace, king.
Raise.
He raises to 28-8. Well, there goes the Ellie theory. Ellie's out. Now, again, Mike's hand is so huge. There are 4 kings in the deck. He's got 3 of them. He should realize Daniel probably has a 9 here.
Re-raise.
And not raise, but he raises. I don't think Daniel can get away from his 3 9s right now. Mike's been playing so tight this season on high stakes poker. He's got to realize Mike's got something.
I just want to break stud. That's what I said to him.
If I were Daniel, I would just call the 40,000 and see what happens from this point on.
Come on.
Call.
Got king's full?
King's full, yeah.
That's a good flop.
That's how you play poker, boys.
All right, you want once or twice? It's up to you.
What, you got a 9?
What do you think I got? I got 2 4s, Mike.
2 4s?
I'll tell you.
When he flop called me, I
We can run it
knew
twice.
that.
Huh?
Come on.
Twice is good, yeah.
I knew I'm dead
This is
when he
about
flop
right.
called me.
That's how you play poker, boy.
That's right, boys. That's how you play.
Flop king's full, and now he's so proud of himself.
Damn right.
I'm proud of you, Mike.
I'm kidding, okay.
Boom.
9 one time, please.
I had a 9.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
The 9 of spade, I can see in my vision.
I did not.
Boom.
Oh. No, Mike, we're just kidding. We're rooting for you. Daniel is never winning high stakes anyway.
No, I guess everyone else would have folded my hand, right?
Oh boy, 170 dimes.
Okay, what do you got, Mike?
I guess Daniel figured there was no way he was getting away from his 3 nines. If Mike had him beat, he had to pay him off. Daniel lost 156.5 in that hand alone. Another bad season for Daniel Negreanu on high-stakes poker.
Get broken, it wouldn't be a game.
Mike's going to continue
500 miles to find a little peanut.
his slow play. This time ace-queen suited, just going to call the 1600. He's going to get a lot of hitchhikers here. He's even going to pick up Phil Galfont with 7-3 suited.
Everybody limp so far?
Make it an 8-handed pot, 7-handed.
1 3 700 per second.
This could come down to a Matusow Negreanu match again.
He's gonna be the star.
Daniel raises to 16,000. That's 10 times the straddle. Mike's going to probably continue his slow play and just call here. And just like I said, he raises to 45,000. Daniel's been on him this season about playing too tight. Maybe that's why he's stepping up here. And it is going to be a Negreanu Matusow hand again. Another decision for Daniel. We know for sure that Daniel's calling the 29,000 here.
29 more?
Small chance he might raise. He didn't think too long about it.
I'll check in the dark.
Check start. Heads up to the flop.
Daniel pre-checked. Mike's flopped a nut flush draw.
How much you play? 200?
About that.
Small one.
Yeah. All right, I call.
All right.
You want to ride twice?
Yep.
You got a pair?
Nope.
Oh, phew. Oh, gosh. It's one of those. I don't see how I can possibly win.
Well, with the amount of money Daniel had in, it was a very good call.
That's the worst hand I could have had.
You're upset I called, Mike?
No, I knew what you had. I thought you had 9s.
Now that I saw your 10s. I mean, you might have had 9 1/2s.
I mean, you have a monster. I mean, I realize it.
Well, twice.
Pretty close.
You want to sell some of it?
Doyle knows Mike's the favorite.
Forget it.
Forget it.
It's always good to win the first one. That'd be nice.
Mike's not the favorite anymore.
Sure is always good to win the first one. Real good to win the first one.
Daniel's seen it all before.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Ooh, that is a really, really good card for you.
Was a good card.
Now there ain't many clubs left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Only gives Mike 6 outs.
I honestly feel like it's coming.
Chop
like,
it out.
Genuinely.
Wait,
really?
but it can't be the 6
of them left.
It can't be the 6 of clubs, so there's 6 of them left.
I really think you're going to win.
I think I might have had the deuce 3 of clubs,
I hope
but I
you're
might
right.
have had the deuce 3 of spades. I'm
I
not
realize
sure.
you do.
Boom! He felt it. He was right. Wow.
Sorry, I must have been the handful.
What's that? You didn't have the deuce three of clubs, I guess. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. Well done.